And thanks so much for joining us on this Sunday afternoon, everybody. I'm meteorologist Andy Chillian, live in the Weather Center with a 19 first alert weather day, and this is for snow showers and lake effect snow squalls that have been falling across our area for this morning and now heading into the afternoon as well. So definitely watching that potential. They have dropped large amounts of snow in just a short amount of time. We had one real heavy band that moved through before sunrise. That impacted really a lot of the Cleveland metro area. That dropped to the south, and now we're seeing new bands that are forming as we head through this afternoon. So hopefully you're staying safe out there. Hopefully you've survived not only the snow but the time change, kind of a double whammy that we're getting for today. But either way, it is what we are seeing on this March 10th. So let's take a look at the first alert weather day headlines. This is going to go in effect through 10 o'clock. That's how long the snow showers and squalls will last. And so it's for lake effect snow, several inches accumulating in the snow belt. Sometimes these events can produce more snow than even we're expecting. So some of you may have seen quite a few inches already, and we're only adding to that. In addition to the snow, strong winds, gusts up to 40 miles per hour at times. No fun to be out there jogging or walking or even headed to and from the church services this morning. It is going to be a cold one. And so all this leading to the potential for travel impacts. Fortunately, what I've seen is that a lot of the roads are mainly just wet, especially those interstates. Crews obviously out there doing a great job clearing them. But some side roads, secondary untreated roads, will still have some slick spots. They can get quickly coated. And then possible whiteouts. And it's one of those things, you may be traveling, it looks fine, and then all of a sudden you encounter this whiteout from a squall that's moving through. And that's what makes them so dangerous. It's this rapidly changing visibilities in short periods of time. So let's update you now on the winter weather alerts that are in effect. Now, from what Erica showed you last night, we've had a couple changes to this, even from what I showed you earlier this morning. One thing I do want to point out is that Lorain County was added to this winter weather advisory a few hours ago, and then we had Cuyahoga County earlier this morning upgraded to a winter storm warning. So that was added, and also Medina County was added earlier this morning. So basically this just means that this is where some of the highest impacts are being expected. Now I will say that even areas like Sandusky over to Norwalk, down to the south towards Worcester, we're still seeing some snow there. Impacts not quite as great, but everywhere across northeast Ohio should still be safe. But in this winter storm warning, especially for Geauga County, really the heart of the snow belt, is where we can expect several inches of snow. And that has made its way into Cuyahoga County as well, especially I would say southern and eastern parts of the county. So eastern parts of Cleveland that usually see more snow than say the west side, and that's definitely playing out for today as we see the potential for 4 to 6 inches, especially in the southern and eastern parts of Cuyahoga County when this is all said and done. So let's take a look outside at some cameras. This is Stark State College. This is a campus in Akron. Hard to see out there right now. You can see a heavy snow shower is currently moving through. Travel on the interstate seems to be going as normal, or on the road I should say, is seemingly going as normal, Highway 8 there, but overall, it is still potentially slick in a few spots. And then let's take you out to Crusher Stadium in Avon. Not as bad visibility-wise there. You can see some snow definitely coating the ground there, and hopefully we don't see this type of weather for the eclipse, which is going to be 4 weeks from tomorrow, by the way. But either way, it's definitely windy, as you can see the flag there blowing in that very stiff northwest breeze. So let's take a look at the radar right now. Still plenty of snow coming down. Back and forth with a lot of us. For example, Cleveland, we will be in the snow for a little bit, and then we won't be a little bit after that. So just be mindful that visibility can change as these squalls move through. But Geauga County, the heart of it, yeah, we're seeing some heavy snow right now where you see those darker colors moving through. So Chardon to Middlefield, Chesterland getting in on some heavy snow showers. Downtown Cleveland, not seeing as much snow right now. Visibility has begun to improve. I also wouldn't be surprised if in between some snow showers you may actually see peaks of sun. Ironically, that's actually what fuels some of these what we call convective snow showers. So it's essentially like a thunderstorm that you'd see in summertime, but instead of the heavy rain, you're seeing the heavy snow. So the more sun we see, potentially some of these snow showers even get a bit stronger. You can see over portions of Portage County, we're seeing some snow showers down through Summit, Medina County, especially southern Cuyahoga up to Lorain. That's why they were added to the winter weather advisories. We're seeing some heavy snow there, and it just continues to come off of the lake. And then a bit of activity over towards Erie and Huron counties as well. A little bit lesser amounts down to the south, not as much from Mansfield over to Ashland, Worcester, for example, Canton getting some light snow, but either way there could still be some impacts down there. And again, we'll zoom you in into now Medina County, seeing some of the heaviest of snow, as well as over to Lorain as well. So zooming out to show you, this is where it's coming from. It's a lake effect snow event here. We've actually had some snow squall warnings issued across parts of Pennsylvania. That's where you see the pink boxes there, the polygons. And so snow squalls can be very dangerous for travel. Like I said earlier, you're traveling along, things are just fine, and then you encounter these just whiteout conditions that quickly coat the ground, and you've got the gusty winds as well. Temperatures right now, this may be a bit surprising. They're actually a bit above freezing, maybe by a degree or two in spots, and you may be wondering, well, how can we get all this snow when temperatures are a bit above freezing? Well, first of all, when it is snowing, we're generally a couple degrees below freezing, and second of all, the snow rates are just so heavy they can overwhelm what's been a warm ground. So yeah, remember, we were in the 70s just this past Monday and Tuesday as well, and now here just a few days later we're talking about accumulating snow. It's what Northeast Ohio brings, but when you can get these 1 to 2 inch per hour rates like we've been seeing, it doesn't take a whole lot for that to overwhelm the warm ground. Nonetheless, I will also talk about wind. That's been more of annoying than anything right now. These are sustained speeds right now at 20 miles per hour from the northwest in Cleveland and Mentor. Those are sustained speeds. So that is not factoring in the gusts right now, which are up to 36 miles per hour in Cleveland. And so, yeah, that is very brisk and strong and potentially an issue as well. So just be careful out there with the wind. Obviously, it feels a lot colder. It feels like it's in the teens and 20s when you factor in the wind chill. So that is the bulk of it right now. How long are we expecting this to last until? Really until about 11 o'clock midnight at the absolute latest. When all said and done, this is a look at how much snow we're seeing. Keep in mind these totals may be a bit on the low side in some spots just because these events can sometimes tend to overperform or produce more snow. I do want to mention that there may be some locally higher amounts than what you see here where any snow band does set up, in addition to rapidly changing amounts in short periods. But in general, as we've been saying, as Erica said last night, about 3 to 6 inches, maybe a bit more in some of our primary snow belt. A little bit lesser amounts in the surrounding secondary snow belt. Totals expanded a little bit farther west just due to that secondary band that's been coming off towards Sandusky, and then lesser amounts down to the south as well, but definitely getting in on quite a bit of snow. So occasional off and on snow can be expected. It may be snowing hard one minute and then fine the next, but that's going to be expected as we head through this evening, especially as we head through sunset, which is now later, almost 8 p.m. Once we get towards midnight, though, things will generally quiet down, and then just be mindful on the commute tomorrow morning. We're not looking at any snow falling, but especially secondary untreated roads, sidewalks, things of that nature could be slick as temperatures will be falling about a degree or two below the freezing mark. So here's a look at our next 7 days. If you're not a fan of today, you'll love what we see for the middle of the week. Back to the 60s in no time, so not going to take much longer for that snow to melt after today, and then we'll be tracking a few rain showers as we head into the St. Patrick's Day weekend. So that's a look at your 19 first alert forecast. It is that first alert weather day in effect through 10 p.m. If you're traveling out there, just be safe, be cautious, and hopefully you're enjoying the good second half of your weekend. Hopefully you've survived the time change. We're able to spring forward without a problem, and we'll see you on 19 News in the evening. Jason Nicholas, Chief Meteorologist Jason Nicholas, will be on to give you the forecast, and of course you can join meteorologist Jeff Tanchak and Kelly Dobeck tomorrow morning. Stay safe out there.